Hello, everybody. It's podcast. Today is an extra scuffed episode. We are sadly down a fire blast and a necrotic, very sad days. But here joining us, we have the pleasure to be with Google it, aka Logan. What up, Logan?
Uh,
He's here. All right.
yeah.
And also, we have the Warzone demon himself, Hindu Coach, aka Lucas. What's up, Lucas?
What up? What up?
We have the man, the person who actually built his first computer, the myth, the legend, Killa, aka Nate. What's up, homie?
What it do? What it do?
Alrighty, boys. Didn't really have anything planned for this episode, as I said. Extra scuffed.
Well, I got something for the episode right now. We could start off right off rip today.
All right,
How
let's
about
go
this?
right
How
off rip.
about this Warzone? Let's talk about this Call of Duty. Come on. What the fuck, man? You know, what'd you do to your game?
Okay, the joining issues, we have to address that. That was a thing. They fixed that, but then they broke Warzone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The audio is there is no fucking audio.
You cannot hear anything worth a fucking shit at all.
No.
But I mean, new news, old news. Warzone's broken. Multiplayer's okay. Shit, bro. Like, fucking buy the game.
Zombies is deader than fuck.
It's on sale on Steam right now, and
Even on PlayStation 2.
But like we said last episode on the topic of Call of Duty, they just need to make zombies harder. They need to fix Warzone, and to be perfectly honest, well, I mean, in Warzone the hit reg is fucked, but in multiplayer it's fine. What the hell?
I know. Especially the lobbies we got today, man. That was just ridiculous.
And our ping was fine. So, like, we can't blame server ping. I mean, I get it. There's a whole bunch of different systems, and it's kind of hard to make them mesh together all exactly. But, like, before the BO6 integration, it was fine. Treyarch fixed the game. Anyways, moving past Call of Duty, we had a whole fucking 40-minute segment on Call of Duty last episode. I'm sure the audience is sick and tired of us saying how badly we feel about Call of Duty at this point.
Right.
Logan, what do you think of Delta Force?
You're asking me, right? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so I think Delta Force is coming along pretty good. I haven't played it in maybe a month, but when I was playing it, it was like Battlefield, but I feel like it was a little bit better than Battlefield when I was playing it. I really didn't see anything wrong with the game other than maybe a couple issues, which I don't remember them, but I remember having an issue with it. But yeah, it's a pretty good game.
So, Delta Force coming along okay. Of course, there's going to be bugs. It's still in beta. But
I actually
Delta
haven't
Force
played
is...
it.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one who got me into Delta Force, if I'm gonna be real. I mean, he jumps in here, he's like, I'm playing Delta Force. I'm like, this shit free? I mean, I'll download it right now. I'll get on.
I mean, I had it
All the
downloaded.
right time. Like, they even... It's weird, because they have, like, class setups like Battlefield, but then there's the class setup that allows you to slide, like Call of Duty. And I was on that shit. I adapted to it pretty quick. It's fun. It's fun. It's the perfect middle ground between Call of Duty and Battlefield. And to be frank, I see it becoming big in the coming months.
Oh yeah, I would say that once it gets out of early access, or like not early access, but like open, I think it's open beta. I'm not sure. Anyways, once it gets out of that phase and actually gets released fully, I see it becoming big.
Now, staying in the same vein of thought, Lucas, have you played Marvel Rivals yet?
Hell no.
Logan,
Good
have you played
God,
Marvel
no.
Rivals yet?
I have not.
Killa? Marvel Rivals? Bro's lost in Narnia. To be perfectly honest, I've only played like 5 minutes of it, and game feels like ass. I'm just gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it 100. Game feels like ass. Killer, you're back.
Yes,
Have you played Marvel Rivals?
I have not.
Okay. Shit. We have no one here with any experience on this
I've
game.
seen stuff about it, and it looks AIDS.
I played it for 5 minutes and got off because I was just like, this feels like Fortnite, bro.
Fortnite Battle Pass.
I heard that was supposed to be like an Overwatch kind of like copy. We have like DC characters.
But it's Marvel characters and it's third person. That's where you lost me. Third person.
Oh, okay.
That's where you lost me. Because like Overwatch, good game, right? Honestly, it's infuriating at times, but fuck, it's at least a 6 out of 10. I mean, I wouldn't turn anyone down if they asked me to play it. And it was just like 2 of us in a call. We're just looking for a game to play type shit.
So pretty much it wouldn't be your go-to game.
It's not my go-to game whatsoever. Like go-to is Call of Duty, Halo Master Chief Collection, or lately NASCAR Heat 5, even though it's been delisted.
Heat 5.
Kind of sad.
Game.
Kind of sad that NASCAR Heat 5 got delisted along with all the other NASCAR games from 704 games, but you know, I mean, iRacing's making NASCAR 2025, and apparently that's going to be cross-platform between console, PC, and it might be free to play from what I've heard.
So
Depending on if you own iRacing. If you don't own iRacing, you can just buy the game and then you're fine. You don't need that stupid subscription shit. But it's developed by iRacing, which is the big thing, meaning you can use your wheel and pedal as well as a controller, and it's gonna feel realistic. Because like there's shit in NASCAR Heat 5. Like I'm playing my own career, right? And my car doesn't keep up with any of anyone else's because I'm my own team, right? It's my second season. I don't have the money to make my car as fast as everybody else. But on a super speedway like Talladega or on a short track, I can still compete. And I know for damn sure that with a bad car IRL, you would not be able to do that. So I'm hoping iRacing actually makes it more challenging in the career department. But that's just my gripe with NASCAR Heat 5. Still a very good game. Soundtrack, A1. Up there with games like Undertale and fucking Geometry Dash. Like, phenomenal soundtrack.
Oh, Dylan, on the topic of fucking racing games, Forza is coming to PS5, so.
That's another thing I wanted to talk about. The Xbox bridge is falling. Halo and Forza are coming to PlayStation 5. My personal opinion on it, as someone who came from Xbox, I feel like I got cheated on, honestly. Like, bro, what was the point of me fucking holding up the green flag during the console wars if you were just going to admit defeat in the end?
I would say, if I can butt in real quick.
Go
Go ahead.
So, if we think about it from a financial standpoint, if you get a lot of people on PS4 used to Halo, or maybe they love it or whatever, and then the next year you come out with another Halo, but you don't allow it to be over, allow it to go over to PS4 and only on Xbox, then somebody might be like, oh, I should buy an Xbox, or I want to buy an Xbox so I can play this next Halo.
Yes, but with the announcement, they're saying all future and past. Meaning,
Xbox.
they might have a delayed launch, sure. But I don't see that making people going out to buy an Xbox, honestly. I think the PlayStation 5 owners will just wait. I mean, Hindu, I mean, you can't really say it right now. Wait, you played Halo 3 on the Xbox 360?
Yes, I used to.
If you, right now, let's say Halo 7 launches. It's the greatest title since fucking Halo 3. But it comes out 6 months later on the PlayStation 5 than the Xbox. Are you going out and buying an Xbox?
Me? Would I go out and buy an Xbox if that came out?
Yeah, that's the question.
Not really.
Yeah. I don't know. Some people might, some people won't. That's a good strategy, but at the same time, it just
At the
might.
same time, why would you waste money? That's the thing.
But then again, I mean, that's a good, because the PlayStation 4 owners, though,
Right,
that's
but if
half of PlayStation. That's half of the PlayStation user base right there that are looking to upgrade. Logan, you're on to something. You're on to something, Logan. You're cooking, buddy. They're gonna
yeah.
yank the PS4 owners. Go Xbox. Yo, big brain. You working at Microsoft, Logan? You got something you want to tell me?
No, what?
Are
Me
you
working at
helping?
Microsoft?
Are you developing? Are you developing Halo 7?
Listen, all right.
Wait. Can I default dance? Say nothing. Can I accept answer this? Can I default dance?
We cannot confirm or deny anything.
Boys, he's gonna be able to default dance. That was a bit for everybody listening. That was a bit.
Indeed.
That was a bit. He does not work at Microsoft. Don't come for me, Microsoft. But I mean, shit, you want to make him default dance? Fuck. You gave Fortnite the IP for fucking Master Chief. Take something from them. Just take it. I mean, shit. Just pull the licensing out from underneath their feet, and then be like, oh, Fortnite has this IP. We're suing them for the game. And then, I don't know, delete it. Because the world would be a better place. Hot take. Also a bit. But shit, do it. Shit. We got 3 PC users in here right now.
Oh yeah.
I gotta talk about this before you gotta go, Logan. So, Intel's new graphics card, the Arc B580, that new budget monster, the 12 gigabyte card for $250. That's kind of enticing, though.
Indeed.
Like for the budget oriented gamer, that shit's great. Like, I just kind of wanted to give that a shout out here on the show. Like, if you're someone looking to build a PC, like, let's say you want to buy a really expensive CPU right out the gate, and for some reason you can't buy used to get something older that's more powerful for cheaper, which is something you could actually do. Shit, it's there. It's there. It's better than any other offering from AMD or shit. Don't even talk about it at that price. Don't even mention them. I mentioned this on the last show, but they're thinking about discontinuing the driver updates for the 10 series, the GTX 10 series, which is like fucked, bro. I know so many people still on a 1080 Ti or a GTX 1060 or even the 1070 Ti. Like, bro, you're gonna lose 25% of your market share to AMD and Intel because you're pulling the rug out from underneath their feet and their cards are still working fine. Shit. Also, 50 series, not what I thought it was gonna be. AMD, still goated.
Oh yeah.
Not even, bro. The 5090 can't compete with the XTX. Even if you overclock the XTX, you're up there with the 5090, bro. It's just what is this 4090 Ti bullshit? $2,000? Get this crap out my face.
I don't know if you've talked about it, but AMD is not going to be competing.
Yeah, I've talked about it.
Okay.
But you see, here's the thing. They were initially going to launch their new 9000 series graphics cards in like the $500 to $600 range. But because of the aggressive pricing of the 5070, it might be launching for $300, $400. Which, if you can get the performance of the RX 7800 XT for $400 instead of what was it, 6, 7 last generation. That's like an easy thing to recommend, dude. That's easy, bro. That's easy claps. Like, price to performance up the wazoo, and even then, I heard that there's a reason why they're not talking about the 80 series or the 90 series AMD cards right now. They said, oh, we're just gonna compete in the mid-end. Oh. Some people say they're bluffing. There's shit going around on Tech Power Up of AMD GPUs with ridiculous core counts, ridiculous memory counts, ridiculous clock speeds, HBM3 memory, which is just HBM2 with faster DDR shit. It's complicated, but if you look up what HBM2 is, you'll understand. It's something that they've done before. But oh my god, they are going in the background. They're going ham trying to beat this 5090. They are going ham, and to be perfectly honest, I see it happening. I see them being like, oh wait, there's more for $500. You can beat a 5090. Oof, boom. Destruction. Team Green obliterated. Nukington. That would take away like 75% of their market share, and that would practically kill them if they could pull it off. But that's if they could pull it off. Everything on Tech Power Up says like GPU only lasted 1 run type shit. So the performance is there, the longevity is not. Very unstable. But if they can do it, they can do it, you know? And I'd like to see them do it, but at the same time, I feel like if AMD became faster than NVIDIA, it might be harder for the PC master race to stay like in the performance category of the throne. Because the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are both using AMD platforms. They're on an AMD CPU, AMD GPU. If AMD overtakes NVIDIA, right? What's to stop Microsoft or Sony just throwing the best shit AMD has in there, buying it in bulk and selling it at a major discount, and practically killing the PC enthusiast market altogether? I'm on Team Red. Like I'm saying that as I'm on an AMD system. But shit, man. Intel's new on the board. I like Intel. Intel's GPUs. Let me make that clear. Intel's GPUs are new, fairly priced, and have decent performance. How stable they are varies. That is yet to be seen. Reviewers say it's okay, but I'm not going to tell you that your favorite game like Arma 3 is going to run flawlessly, or your game from like I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every game's going to run okay, because it might not. Their drivers are fairly new, but they are working hard from what I've seen and from what I've heard to make it so it's right there with AMD and NVIDIA.
So, more than likely, if you were going to be playing with the Intel GPUs, if you are going to be playing a game like Ark, Survival Evolved, I don't know if you guys have seen a game like that or played it.
I've also played it.
Yeah, so with my GPU that I currently have, it's a 7900 XTX. It at 3K? It's 380 by something else. I don't know. Anyways, with that, I do about like maybe 70 frames per second with good graphics, but it varies, and it's running at like 80 to 90%
Resolution though?
Yeah, the resolution is the
Like 4K, 1440p, what you running?
uh it's a step down from 4K.
Okay, so it's 4K downscaled. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much. So the resolution.
You're using super resolution
Yeah, it's so the super resolution goes to 3020 by 180 or
on
100.
certain games. Super resolution actually hurts performance. Have you tried disabling it?
Yeah, I have. I
Does it
played it
does it
without
help?
it.
Does it help or does it hurt?
Actually, the super resolution hurts or not hurts. Sorry, helps it.
Okay.
Makes it
Okay.
a little bit clearer.
It
The
depends
image.
on the game, but
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
that's what I wanted to know. I mean, there you go. If you're having performance issues on Ark Survival Evolved, the built-in driver FSR solution will work. So, I mean, there's that. Intel's upscaling tech is experimental, to say to put it at its best. Intel's it's just a bold lie, if I'm gonna be real. The frame it literally tricks the frame rate counter. You're not getting that much, bro. Even all the reviewers say it. That's not the real frame rate. They don't say that about FSR. Come on now. Come on now. Somebody say it with me. Just because it looks worse doesn't mean it is worse. The performance is what counts. The latency on FSR3 plus frame gen is better than DLSS4. Stock. The way it is. Using BO6 as a reference, you know. But that latency is what counts to gamers. And that was the only downside to like Cast CFX or whatever the fuck and Intel's upscaling methods and the older upscaling methods like FSR 1.1, 1, and FSR 2 was the latency. But when I'm playing BO6 with frame gen and FSR 3, my latency hovers around 21, 20 milliseconds. Keep in mind, I am on a Ryzen 9 with AM5 7950 X3D. Yeah, hold on. Let me double check that. Yeah, I was right. So yeah, it's a pretty fast system, but that's just my personal. And to be fair, my graphics setup is weird, to say the least. We're not going to get into that, because that would take me hours to explain why I'm running 2 GPUs. And why it helps me perform better in game than one. But I mean, shit, do you want to do the research? Go right ahead. Be my guest. It's there. The facts are there.
You know what I would love to see a return or see return?
SLI Crossfire?
Oh yeah.
See, the thing is, it's not officially supported, and there's no toggles for it, right? But when I use 2 graphics cards, right, I don't toggle anything. But my RX 7900 XT, right, with my RX 5700 XT. Yep, there we go. Brain work. Just having that second card in there makes it perform so much better, and I don't know why. It just helps. Might be because, I mean, the game is running off of just one monitor regardless. So, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like the overhead... You know what it is? I'm looking directly at it, dead in the face. if you use two GPUs together, correct? You go over to your GPUs in Task Manager, you will see right there a shared GPU memory configuration. That's it. That explains it. And also, I have my second monitors running off the second graphics card, which it will pull from its own memory first, right? But like, let's say I'm running a game on my main GPU and it's going over its VRAM limit. It'll just pull from the second graphics card before it even thinks about pulling from the RAM. And it's video memory. It's built to do that. So it's shit. There you go. And you might need a high-end CPU to do something like that for the PCI Express bandwidth. But shit, it's definitely worth it. Especially with a cheaper RDNA 1 GPU or even like a Polaris card. And I don't know how you can replicate this, but somebody used an RDNA 2 flagship, which is the RX 6900 XT, with a GTX 1080 Ti, which is like, stability on that is questionable. But he got it to run in Fortnite, which, to be fair, that game's pretty intensive to run, right? But he got over like 1,000 frames per second. I wouldn't recommend mixing brands, because the stability is probably just... Some games won't work with that setup. But I mean, NVIDIA on NVIDIA, Intel on Intel, AMD on AMD. There's something to be said for that. It's still some performance. It's better than nothing. I'd say about a 5 to 10% performance gain depending on your main graphics card. It all depends on the main card. The card that's in the highest bandwidth PCI Express slot. So yes.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
So pretty much what you would want to do if any of you at home wanted to replicate a setup like mine, buy a high-end whatever brand card you want, and then go pair it with a 2 generation or 1 generation old mid-tier card. Slap both of those in your system, and you can even pull one out and adjust the bandwidth and all that, and tell me that it's not better. But that's pretty much what it is. It's marginal. In some games, it doesn't take advantage of it, but it doesn't hinder my stability. And
They don't
when
have
videos and shit, it'll use both when rendering. So
and they don't have that for AM5, do they?
no, I'm on AM5.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
I might try that out.
You just have to get a certain motherboard.
Oh.
That's why I said you need a certain CPU, certain motherboard, because it's all about your PCI Express bandwidth.
I like your funny words. I have no clue. I don't know that's much about computers.
X16, X by 8, X by 4, right? That's PCI Express bandwidth. So you can have 2 PCI Express slots that look identical, but one of them could be slower than the other. And on most motherboards, the top slot is the fastest. The slots going down are slower. Now this is why you use an older GPU in the second slot. Newer GPUs need that X18 slot. They need it. Older GPUs, not so much. Not so much, man. They'll be okay with X8, X4. They'll be fine. Like, I know RDNA 1 is perfectly capable of running out of an X by 3, which is a custom configuration, but that was me pushing the limits. Yeah, I kind of just exposed myself. Someone call me a nerd.
All right, nerd.
But there you go. I explained it. There's my what I like to call crossfire setup. Put that in parentheses because it's not crossfire, but yet it does help game performance, and it is better than a single GPU. It still is better than a single GPU, undoubtedly. Depending on the cards. Like, let's say Polaris with an RDNA 2, like 6700 XT. That's not better than Logan's computer. Because he just has a single top-of-the-line RDNA 3 card. But if you're running a mid to top-of-the-line RDNA 3 card with an older RDNA 1 card, in certain games you will outperform the top-of-the-line. In certain instances. The big parentheses. In certain instances. Not all the time, because it just makes the boxing that closer. You feel me? In games that support you. It's not one-to-one at all. Don't expect to put the second GPU in and then add the frame rate from that GPU to your current. That's not how it works. Maybe take 5 to 10% of that frame rate and add it to your average. And there you go. Maybe, if the game allows it. On to a different topic. PlayStation VR 2. Anyone else kind of like, damn, PC VR is dead now?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it's dead as much as it's just a lot of the VRs that we have nowadays, or at least the really good ones, are about $1,000.
Meta.
Yeah. Like, I have a Quest 2. Don't get me wrong, I can get 120 FPS on most VR games.
Have fun
It's
looking
smooth.
through the fucking bug screen, bro.
Yeah, that's one thing. Two, I've hooked it up to actually my system right now. I've hooked it up to it and played some VR stuff. And ooh, it runs really well.
Well, I mean, the
Like, I'm
lower
getting-
resolution displays on that thing kind of help you out there.
Yeah, like I get like 240 FPS roughly.
The thing I can't get over with any Quest headset, I had a Quest 2. It was okay, but after a while, I just got uncomfortable wearing it because of that required Facebook login.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it's through Facebook.
Why is it linked to my Facebook? Why do I have to link any of my social media, anything that's creditable to me as a person, to this device? Like on Apple, you can just make a random fucking account and log in.
All right,
Steam, same thing.
I am gonna go. You guys have a nice day.
Later, Logan. Nice having you.
All right, Logan, peace.
Peace, guys.
Peace, Logan.
I don't know. The Quest headsets are just not it. But PlayStation VR, the fact that it works via Steam VR, no login? Yo, PlayStation making accessories for PC now. Hey, yo, I'll take it, bro. Like, thanks, PlayStation. Thanks for your worship and your sacrifice. Thank you to the master race. Thank you. We'll take it. That's a joke. So now, it is just us three. Hindu, Killa, and me. Let's talk about it. Drifting.
What about it?
Are you gonna try and drift in the Rivera, Killa? In the front wheel?
I mean-
FF on me?
I'm gonna try it.
The sworn enemy of VFR. VFF. Bam, bam, bam. Bro, you better not do that shit, bro. I'll box you up. See, but that
I
would
know
be
you'll
cool.
kick my ass.
Wait. No. That would be cool because I'm an FR, you're an FF, and he's an all. Because he's gonna get the R32. Hey yo. Hey yo. It's kind of lit. It's kind of lit. It's kind of lit. Not even gonna fold. But no, we gotta find a mountain in Michigan to do this shit.
I mean,
Is
There's
like
the
my
sand
car-
dunes.
A Mustang in the sand dunes.
I gotta say, there ain't
I know-
shit in Indiana.
I mean, I know you're all-wheel drive, but I don't think that a Tesla all-wheel drive system is meant for dirt. And the FF. By the way, for those of you who don't know the acronyms, right? FR, front engine, rear wheel drive. FF, front engine, front wheel drive. And then all wheel. Makes sense. Kind of
Yeah,
moment
like
of silence for the boyos that I couldn't make it today. Appreciate you.
it's like so. I think we've talked about this last podcast, but I got a 1990 Buick Riviera, and like, what color would you call it, Bill? Like oceanic blue?
Like someone just gave you a black eye, but it like hasn't fully set in yet.
Yeah. Pretty much like that. And I love the thing. I love the thing to death. Don't get me wrong, but it's a GM. So it has a lot of problems. I'm not hitting on anybody's build. If you love your car, you love it. I mean, personally, I love my car. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of a piece of shit.
Now,
It's a beater with a heater. Actually, no, it doesn't have a heater.
to be fair to GM, how old is it again?
It's just 34 years old.
And on top of that,
It's a V6.
well, I mean, they're all V6s, but on top of that, it's an Indiana car, so it's a bit rusted out.
Oh yeah, but we found a part near me to get that rear suspension fixed. We're not sure about the condition yet. We're gonna get all that hawked through before we talk anything, and then if it's good, I mean, shit. Hey, I got my car back. Kinda. The engine's still slightly wonky. That's the best way to put it.
K-Series.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
K-Series.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Bro, or even like B series or D series, bro. Just put a Honda engine in it. You won't die after that. I mean, the transmission might die, but
Like, I want to put a. This is just my personal thinking. Dill, you're probably gonna think I'm crazy, but I genuinely want to do it like this. I want to twin charge a K series.
that defeats the whole purpose of putting in the K series. The fuel efficient and the reliability go out the window. Why?
I know it does a lot to the fuel efficiency and reliability, like you were just saying, but if it proves to be too much, I'll do the same thing that I did with the Journey. Just take the supercharger off. Just for context, I have a 2014 Dodge Journey that had a supercharger on it, but no longer.
I thought you learned your lesson, bro. You took the supercharger off of it and it died anyways.
It still kind of exists. No, it doesn't tick anymore.
Anymore, he says, after a whole
Anymore.
bottle of Lucas.
It doesn't tick
What up?
anymore. So, but
His journey go tick 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 tick.
you don't gotta be shitting on my car, dog.
Hey
It's a
man,
piece of shit though, I will say.
hey man, whoever, I mean, shit, bro, you do what you do with your car, but like, don't expect a stock engine to hold power like
Oh, I
that.
don't.
Even if it's a Honda, bro, and you're on a budget, dude, you just need to naturally aspirate the thing. And
Well, that's what
then-
I'm gonna do for now, and then later on, once I get more, this in the future, as in save up enough money to fully build the engine, get a Pro Charger, get a turbocharger.
And even then, your trans isn't gonna hold that power.
Oh hell no!
and
This is like upgraded everything.
You're gonna need wider wheels, and you're probably gonna want to go FR at that point.
Yeah.
And instead of having your engine in a transverse layout, you're gonna want to have it in a traditional layout, and that's gonna be a fuck ton of work.
It will be, but hey, you can't deny. Once it's done, that thing will be cool.
It'll be cool. Unconventional.
Very much unconventional, but pretty cool.
I mean, you could probably get more power with just twin turbos. Shit, bro. Do what you want to do, bro. It's your car. I mean, shit. You want to dream,
Exactly.
like a Hellcat, bro. Like you're. Like,
I love superchargers. I love the supercharger whine. Personally, in my opinion, I like the sound of a supercharger a little bit more than a turbocharger.
True.
Unless the turbocharger is like you know what I mean? It's like some turbochargers just don't sound the greatest.
Just smoke alarm chirping. Me
Exactly.
me and Hindu with our turbos. Just gonna shit on you.
Oh, probably, but I still just find it cool.
I mean, shit, bro. That's a lot of torque to be putting through on the con roads.
Hey, but you can't deny it. If that thing works and doesn't blow up,
If it doesn't blow up, I mean, it's still gotta haul that Buick chassis.
yeah, the fucking 3,400
It
pound
probably is
chassis.
it's probably gonna need it.
Keep in mind, this is a 2-door. But it weighs
Meanwhile, my
3,400
4-door weighing the same amount.
Yeah, weighs more than my damn Journey. But it's all metal body panels, which is nice.
Well, metal and rust.
Mostly rust.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to shit on you, but like,
I mean, shit, you're not wrong.
I'm
At that point, that's not you shitting on me. That's just pointing out facts.
I mean, I'm just trying to be factual about it and be funny at the same time. But once we're done with it, it'll be all right.
Oh yeah. Sleep might get in the pole barn so he can get me some cars in there. I'm definitely not keeping the Journey though.
Here's what we do, bro.
It's
Here's
not
what
been 80K miles, and it's had 3 fucking engines.
Stellantis, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Like, bro.
Like, Jesus Christ, Mopar.
Mopar, more like motards.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, yo, my little brother got a Jeep, though. Fuck! It's got the same V6.
Oh boy.
3.6 liter VVT V6.
Yeah.
Tell him to have fun with oil sitting on top of the head. Don't tell me how it does it, but somehow it finds a way.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. He's already having problems with it.
I had a feeling.
So
No shit, no, I'm not talking shit or anything, but damn.
everybody on the podcast, here's the story about how I came to know this vehicle. I told you guys a little bit of it before, but here's like the TDLR. I went to help my little brother go get it from my grandma's in Florida because my grandma's bought it for him. It's this Chevy Wrangler with a lift kit, and those things have a really small wheelbase. So you can imagine how bad that handles, especially when it has the fucking off-road package with goddamn bigger tires than my goddamn schlong. Like,
Bigger
bro,
tires than my cat.
like, bro, they are they're bigger than my forearm, bro, and they're on this little teeny tiny Jeep Wrangler. Keep in mind, it looks cool parked. Like, I'll give it that. But
Looks cool and functional are 2 very different things.
yes.
And
Just
no
like-
sort of offense.
Just
to your
like
brother thing.
just like get bitches and like, you know, safe are two completely different things. But he likes it, but it has issues. So we were driving it home from Florida, right? Every single time we'd hit a bump, the thing would just turn. towards the side that we hit the bump. Like we hit a bump in the passenger side. Oh, it turns to the passenger side. We hit a bump on the driver's side. Oh, it turns to the driver's side, which isn't really that bad when you're putting around town at like 40, 50 miles an hour. But when you're going 70, 80 miles an hour on the highway in the mountains, that shit gets fucking sketchy.
Accurate. Sounds accurate.
I almost died.
Skill issue. No, I'm kidding.
Bro, it is a skill issue, but it wasn't my skill issue. It was the semi-driver's brake skill issue, bro. He fucking 2-lane highway. This motherfucker drives off the highway, and the people in the fast lane check up and come into my lane, and this motherfucker in, guess what? A Dodge Ram with the same wide tires as the Jeep veers into my lane. Half of his vehicle comes into my lane. Me goes around him on the rumble strips. I didn't know how much room was in between the tires and the wall, so I came very close to him, and I almost died. But my skill got me through it. It was the other guy's skill issue. And like, bro, I don't understand it. Like the Jeep, it makes sense. It's off-roader. That's why it has the big tires and the lift kit. But the truck, bro, you see, if it's one thing if it's a short cab, short bed, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. But when it's the long bed crew cab, bro, that's a work truck. Get
What?
that bullshit off of there, bro.
It's like
Yes.
it's like so I plan on getting a truck because I'm gonna be doing construction and all that stuff. So my plan is to I'm just gonna have a regular cab, long bed, maybe
Fair.
like cab and a half.
Classic work truck. Classic work truck.
Like I get it's nice having a crew cab, but most trucks nowadays you can't really get them with crew cab and long bed.
Because it's too long and the road laws and shit.
Complain-
Donald
complaining
Trump, remove that shit. Get it out of here. There's more shit you gotta do with the road laws, bro. I know you did a lot for us already, but like, come on, help the truckers out a bit.
I have an interesting question. What are your thoughts on the fact that 18 to 20-year-olds can now buy handguns?
I feel like
Okay.
there's gonna be a lot more school shootings.
Okay. This is my thought. Okay, if you are still attending a public education level below or equivalent to high school, you should not be able to possess a concealable firearm. Reason being, some parents, and I'm not blaming the parents 100%, but like there's a reason why these kids get this way, right? Like you can't not blame the parents, bro. Like a kid just doesn't wake up one day and decides to go shoot up his school, bro. That's trauma. That's not tending to your child, bro. Like no
Trauma,
one,
child abuse.
Yes. So I'm not like there are some cases where the kid is just psychotic and he has a mental disorder and the parents didn't do nothing wrong. But in most cases the parents are at fault, and you gotta lock up your guns, parents. You gotta lock up your guns, protect that shit like just with your life. Because a gun in and of itself won't kill anybody. But an inexperienced person with a gun could accidentally harm somebody, or somebody who's played a game like Call of Duty could just be like, oh, I don't know the consequences to killing people, I'm gonna go grab a 5-piece real quick as soon as they see that shit. Like, imagine as a 10-year-old you come across an AR-15, you're gonna want to put the safety off and just
Yeah, you have to admit that is very true.
So like, just lock your guns up. And if you aren't in high school and you're in college and shit, and you have thoughts of doing shit like that, reach out for help. you shouldn't have a firearm. Maybe disassemble the gun and hide all the shit in the fucking lawn. Bury it 6 feet deep so you don't have the temptation anymore. Because a gun is just evidently something you can't own. And I understand that saying that some people in America can't own a gun is kind of controversial, but I do have to say that yes, it's our constitutional right to bear arms.
But not everybody should.
But not everybody has the mental capacity in the modern day age to bear an armament. There are a lot of people out there who can. And there should be nothing in the way of those people getting a gun. But there are certain things that go on the people's records that should be red flags that aren't. And
Mhm.
Right.
the regulation we have now is bullshit. It's overzealous. Look at, bro, how is putting a stock on a pistol turning it into an AR? What in the world? Like, pistol braces, bump stocks, all this shit wouldn't have existed. It wouldn't have been used in the capacity that they were used for if you just say, you know, didn't sell them to untrained individuals. Like, I feel like when you get your gun license, like you get a gun, right? You got a level 1 gun license. You can carry these guns. Shotgun. Bolt action sniper. Like single shot guns. Guns that can't eliminate a whole crowd in a matter of seconds with a couple modifications. Then you get your level 2 and it goes up from there. It goes up from there. It goes up from there. So there's nothing standing in the way of you going out and getting a firearm, but when it comes to higher classifications of firearms like automatic weapons and weapons that can be easily turned into automatic weapons, like even certain handgun models, we have to have some sort of regulation. There has to be some sort of verification that this person won't light off a mag in the middle of in the middle of a goddamn mall or some bullshit, because that's happened before. And when somebody is in the situation of seeing a shooter, they should have full, unadulterated immunity to respond and take out the threat immediately. There was an instance in Texas where somebody tried to shoot up a mall, and this guy pulled out his gun and gunned down the assailant in response. And he went to jail for 48 hours. Bro just saved everybody in that fucking food court at that mall, and you took him to jail? What? I don't know, man. It's a hot topic. You guys can hate me for my opinions if you want. If you have different opinions, good for you. I'm not gonna hate you for yours.
I agree with you, though.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Inexperienced people kill people.
Oh, you want to hear some bullshit?
I mean, shit. I hate to be like this, but I feel like basic gun safety, if it was taught in basic education, would save a lot of lives.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
if we, as American citizens, are allowed to own and carry a firearm, like right off rip, as soon as you turn 18, there should be a lesson taught about that in gym class with some officers in each corner with dummy rounds. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
you can't just like it's the same thing with like, bro, they don't teach you how to balance a check in high school. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the education system? And that's something you have to blame too. It's not always the parents' fault. It's not always the kids' fault. Sometimes the education system beats down and traumatizes children without its own intention of doing so. Like, you think a kid wants to look at his report card and see that he's failing every class and the teachers not say a thing and just hand him his report card and be like, yep, you failed? Nah, bro. Like, have him sit down in the counselor's office and be like, hey, yo, this looks pretty bad. Can you explain why? Maybe get to the bottom of it, and instead of just making him feel worse. So let me tell you, there have been a lot of cases where that exact instance has happened. Not to me, but to people I know. They've been going through some shit, their grades suffer, and the school just makes them suffer more. And that ain't right. Like, come on, you see a good average scoring student just fall off the radar when it comes to grades. That doesn't throw up any sort of red flags.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
like,
hand him his report card and say, "Yep, fuck you, you failed."
yeah. So, I've been through it personally. Like, I used to have pretty good grades before, I unenrolled and do what I'm doing now. But I used to have pretty good grades up until the last 2 years. Those last 2 years, I failed almost all of my classes. It turned my GPA from a 2.7, which that's not great, but it's still passing mostly, to a 0.8.
Yeah, and like passing's passing, honestly.
Yeah, passing's passing, but it's just a school. It just needs to be, in my opinion, it should be done just a little bit different.
It should be overhauled. It needs to be overhauled for the 21st century. Look at a classroom 50 years ago. Look at a classroom today. They look identical, don't they? Why is that? Our cars have changed. Our phones have changed. Our way of living has changed. Electricity, that's changed. Everything's changed. Fucking AA battery probably doesn't even look the same back then. If there even was one. There wasn't. Yeah, there was. There was a AA battery back then, right? Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't know, I wasn't alive. Someone who was alive, fact check me in the comments. 50 years ago, if for some reason we have a 50-year-old watching, but we are coming out to the end here. I have some closing statements that I would like to make of my own. This episode, for all of you out there who are struggling with depression, anxiety, or any of that bullshit, it's okay to cry. It's okay to break down. It's okay to be human. You are a human. That's what you are. Especially men. Like, suicide rates for young men go up every year, and personally almost was one of them at one point. I mean, shit. 90% of the men I talk to nowadays have been in that state. And it's honestly sad. So if you just talk to somebody, doesn't have to be a professional, you can just not being alone in that moment where you're feeling that vulnerable could help, bro. Like, just do small things, like go out, enjoy yourself. There's a lot to enjoy in life. Like, you think this one little thing has you so fucking bent down and you're fucking done, you're over, like, it's not the end of the world, bro. Just fucking get up, grit your teeth, lock and load, and go get some. Because that's all you can really do, bro. There is no giving up. You were put here for a reason. Giving up's not an option. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. It's been scuffed. It's been real. It's been nerdy. But we're here. We're in this bitch. We bullin', we ballin'. And we're just gonna keep this shit rolling no matter how scuffed and how cancerous it gets. So, hope you guys are along for the ride. Any closing statements from anyone else?
I agree with what you said. I've been in the same position too, so I completely agree.
Lucas?
I'm all good, man.
All right. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, rest of your day, whatever the fuck is going on. Smash the like button, hit subscribe if you want to stay up to date and notified, hit the little bell, or whatever the fuck. I mean, I don't even know if that shit works anymore, but fuck it. Smack it anyways. And, get fucked.